playing on the Yoru for this one, which I think on this map is absolutely fine. We even see like a lot of teams running the double duelist with Yoru. I'm more going to question if he can match up to Comeback, because when Comeback has a game, I don't know if Kellogg's has it in his locker anymore.
Rose, he's off to a good start, swinging out wide on long. It's a big crunch from BBL PCIFIC, and it's worked out wonderfully. 1-0. Good spot. This is the round that they have a bit more of a challenge. Rifles that they're up against. The last one was a nice easy one that also started with a wall bang. This time the first kill shouldn't come quite as easy, although Comeback steals it from the side. It's LaRock. His shots don't land this time, but Kreven and Comeback are putting in the legwork. This is a round where they should have disadvantages, and Comeback has picked up a triple. Now,
Kind of do need to see a little bit more from them here.
Yeah. The flavor profile has definitely been leaning heavily in favor of BBL PCIFIC. They're looking tasty with a double opening from LaRock. Needing to be taken by this defensive side. They have got the world in their hands. It's LaRock again.
Aftershock into the corner. It's just full sprinting and spraying. Oh, this has just become almost like bullying. We're already 5 rounds in. But in this case, it's much more patient from the opposing side. This time, LaRock is going to throw the stun through. Ultimate still in hand, but the same can be said for Sivo on the other side. And in fact, Kellogg's playing aggressively. It's only going to be the one.
Yeah, but here comes Rolling Thunder on the other side. This could put Mandatory back across the line. It's Sivo taking the double and leaving it down to just one with the shock dart of Enzo connecting. It's Comeback who has to be the hero.
Utility thrown through. They're gonna know there's at least a few players here. There is that Hunter's Fury, normally effective from Enzo, and the rest of the team are capitalizing while it's being utilized. Gives them the space to try and take those fights. Even still, though, you've got to be careful of Loiter.
Fakes out the TP as well. 12 seconds. He knows that plant's under pressure, wants to isolate the fight, but won't win it. It's Enzo on the other side to put 2 on the board. Back for just a moment. Hunter's Fury put into play, but it was a bait. Mandatory were just putting pressure on. The problem is Comeback's capitalized, and he's walked right up behind him. That's another shot connected. Beautiful reactions, and another. A 3-piece under his belt. Mandatory, they thought they were pushing and pulling the map, playing it well, but this man had other ideas. Goes down. It's a free kill for Comeback. The guy is just pushing and pulling. He's pulling the strings like a puppet master. Doesn't need to get his hands dirty himself. In there is Kellogg's for one, but again, look at BBL PCIFIC. They have these fallbacks, these protocols. There's a second player in that smoke. Sure, you're going to get one, but that's all. The weapon isn't retrieved, the space isn't claimed, and BBL PCIFIC are again...
No. I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was gonna die there. Surviving in that corner is rough, and they don't have the weaponry for this at any stage. You're gonna have to try and fall back. Do they invest a Rolling Thunder when they're so low on health? I'm not sure it's worth it. Shock dart goes in, but they are nowhere near low enough. It's looking so comfortable, right?
There's an immediate response. The rest of the walls close in very quickly, and you realize the trap you've been caught in. Aggressive push from Kellogg's. They've lost Mike in the background, though. Kellogg's is still able to capitalize one. That's something, but they need so much more at this point. Already down a player. Kellogg's tagged, and wow, there's a lot of players he's running into. Corner's not cleared, and the round is again thrown into disarray. A 4 versus 2. Enzo with an Odin. Sivo playing down with them at least, but the off has now found them, and he might miss once. Twice is not gonna happen. Not today. Comeback closing it out with a 3K.
The numbers aren't really too promising, but you know, it's a different day, it's a different squad. BBL PCIFIC definitely had some struggles of their own, but those struggles seem to have all but gone. It is a 2 versus 5. No, never mind. They don't even get to finish the sentence. It's a 0 man. Kellogg's positioning, though. This is a spot where realistically you're open to a fair few angles with no cover. If they wrap around and check this, he's almost screwed. And while he's going to be stuck in the corner with an aftershock, does incredibly well. Managing to get out of that with 2 kills and stay alive, not take any damage. Paranoia goes through. Eventually, he's met by LaRock. Somehow, this one just got interesting. Fight coming in from Mike that makes it almost impossible. Time is ticking away, and he'll spray down both through the smoke. Mandatory.
They not only need 9 consecutive rounds on this defensive side, they need BBL Pacific to not have players like Comeback, Lloyd, and LaRock, who we have seen put up 3Ks, 4Ks like it's nobody's business. We need to see them deactivated. And Comeback, at least for this round, will be. Rose goes down, and well, Enzo, he's not getting out of there alive, unfortunately.
He's gone down nonetheless. Even still, I like the 1-2 punch. I like the bait and switch. Whether or not they can capitalize off it, Kreven is going to face off against Kellogg's, and we're right back into an even scenario. If anything, stuck at the back of the site. Everybody's going to be here. An all-out brawl between the remaining, and it needs to be a survival effort from the remaining players of Mandatory, and it's looking like a done deal as they will close. LaRock with another triple to add to the collection. Done Molly and then spam the box like, yeah, go on, bro. Get out of that one. That was like if someone did that to me in a rank game, I'm reporting them for wall hacking immediately. And speaking of that, you know what? Hip's done incredibly well. This is a really horrific spot to try and get out of, though. While Rose has already put the advantage straight back into their control. 1 man standing, 1 versus 3.
Well, listen, Mike, your name's going to be in lights if you can find this one. 3 players, they're spread out, ready for a triple swing. He's isolated 1. Good start. Low HP on the other 2. But they swing together and quickly put a close to that round. The pistol in play for BBL Pacific. Off to a good start here. And this to do, he almost picked up another. Sivu taking a couple of risks if he goes for the wide swing, but now Kellogg's is here with him. They take the fight towards the elbow, push the players back. Try to use that to leverage some space, but it's quickly thrown right back in their face, and Comeback maintains backside control. Trades are good, back and forth, but keeping it in BBL Pacific's favor, down to the 1v1 that Kreven connects as well. Used, and Kreven popping the cage. He's putting pressure on them here. But the pressure is coming in elsewhere. The rest of the team is rotated around. That flash is gorgeous. Rose capitalizing for 2. And the cavalry is here. Now Enzo, previously worried about Kreven on long, has the whole squad to worry about. A stun lands perfectly, and Comeback just seconds away. Enzo shuts him down, but the trade, as always, is ready to be found.
I don't know how he gets out of this one alive. I'll be honest with you. It seems like such a set deal. Does at least manage to take out Rose towards the end of the round, but for Cypher, you could use that drone as a fake and have your lurker on that side of the map with. It's actually just going to be the pop. Immediately throwing it out. That was the combination I was expecting. Instead, no, Kellogg's has taken over. Doesn't quite manage to close out onto, well, the player he killed initially, and somehow this has already turned back. This was looking like an almost done deal with the way that he opened up. Luckily, Sivo has given them advantage once again.
No way they're doing this. Down to the 1v1. Yeah, capitalize. 5 bullets remaining. Low HP on Hip, and he knows exactly where they both are, but these shots need to be clean. The first is, and it's down to Enzo. He'll bring it across the line.
Can just to find it. They didn't even get anything from that. They don't even know. Well, okay, they do now.
Yeah, the Cam at least gets it, but they're going to push it. 3 players there, and none dropped. Mandatory are the ones to fall instead. And
as a response, like, they just look at what BBL Pacific did in this round. They just took not just one side of mid, they took both halves of mid with no resistance. None.
And now the people saving are gone. Only Kellogg's, and they know it's the op. They are on him immediately, and he's gone. Might be a big player in the late round. It's a little bit nasty, but it's worked out for Mandatory. They get towards the site, still need to get that defuse in. Cosmic Divide's blocking them off, but back round goes Kreven. He's able to take down 1, but falls ultimately. Mandatory need players on that spike here and now, though. Molly's already been sent through, and they've been buying time. Gravwell does the same. Rose in through the wall, but Enzo shuts him down. And Mandatory, they're coming ahead in all the fights that matter. Almost down to the wire, and he'll get it across the line. Half a second in it.
And last time, it was impeccable.
I just don't know what to expect anymore. Lloyd on his way towards being long. Kreven's picked 1. They've caught the player in the corner as well. The trap set up. And it's Mandatory falling into the trap of thinking that they can go blow for blow with BBL Pacific dominating across the board. Is this attacking side? Hell, they've got Comeback as a lurker right now. Maybe not his best role.
Yeah, this feels like me going into an arm wrestle with Mike Tyson. Like I'm just not gonna win. Like it doesn't feel good seeing a lot of these rounds being so comfortable, and also just some silly mistakes like Zevo being caught with a nade in hand when a player faces off against him. And well, I think Loito had a pretty quiet start to this opening kill, at least something we haven't said too often for the side of Mandatory. The question is, can they capitalize off it, because it's still going to be that post bomb.
That's it. They need to find the value, and with Kellogg's dropping Loida, it looks ever likely that this third round will go on the board. The foundations will be laid strong for this second half, certainly compared to where they could be. For BBL Pacific, though, 10 rounds. It's a tasty treat. And Kreven, he's already found one as the timer starts ticking away. The trade goes in. Mandatory back into a 2v4. Rose locked out, goes for the Hunter's Fury. Buys more time. Comeback blinded. Still gets one. Looking for more. And of course he finds it. They've dropped him. And Stevo's dead too. BBL Pacific have won the 2v4. Set to run into comeback. This can end one of two ways. Let's see if we can see the second for the first time in this map.
I was say, a lot of the time it feels like it ends one way, but they have managed to take him down. A good trade. Again, it feels like a couple of moments that have gone their way. A lot of it was down to Zevo. Enzo isolated though. He can't afford to go down, but at least take him one with him, and he's not going to. That means they can hold on to this control, although stuck reloading could be a problem for LaRock. Needing to try and not get overwhelmed, survives longer than expected. And now it's all on to one. Kreven will be revealed. First shot connected, but it's hit. Much space taken on the other side, unless Rose is going to do something incredibly cheeky. I don't know how they come out of this one alive.
What?
Oh, no.
What?
No.
He kills him there? Okay, Rose has got one. Rose is down. So is LaRock. Enzo's recovering this, at least. A couple more kills on range, and it'll look pretty good. But Loida stepped in onto Mike. Enzo's low, and he's dropped his classic kills across the board. They're defusing. How has this happened? How? How? Very sad place. I had a nightmare last night. I woke up. I'm having another one. I don't know how this has happened. One round for BBL Pacific, 9 chances to close it out. Kellogg's in the corner, starts it out with a nice shot. Swing out of the smoke is good too. Cloudburst used defensively, now aggressively, and it's comeback.
But you've always got to have a little bit of faith when it comes to these BBL Pacific superstars. He's killed Mike behind him. It's another good looking round for Kellogg's. Player on site though. Clearing him's not going to be easy. Drone being utilized to give the game away. Stun actually from a teammate, but even still comeback has somehow picked up another. They're looking to end it here and now. A 3v5, a story that has been the case all the way through. Halfway already gone, and Enzo looking to try and clutch this one out. Stuck by his own ultimate, and he'll just about take it home with the classic. Into a solid position. No command going to be utilized. We'll take the utility offline. But already the full force of this defensive side looking to get into position. The spam going through, but it actually is their undoing. LaRock is the one to go down. Back into a 4 versus 4 scenario. The streak of rounds needed is absurd. No! How does he get away with this? How? It swaps from an operator up close. Zevo's down, and well, no, he can't end it with a knife. They're going to finally kill him off. At least he didn't die to the knife at the end. But, well, let's be real, Mitch. This match has been done for about half an hour.